reading some Emmett Fox this morning. And our prayer is the only thing that does change the quality of the soul. Any other activity may make a quantitative change in the soul by adding experience or extending one's fund of knowledge, but it does not change the quality. Only prayer does that, and it is the quality of one's soul that determines his destiny. As long as there's no qualitative change in your soul, you will, under any given circumstances, say or do the thing that a person such as you are would say or do in such a case, because we never really act out of character. We're never other than ourselves. When we try to be other than ourselves by an effort of the human will, we are just being ourselves all the more on that account. When you pray, however, you by that act become at least a slightly different man or woman, and therefore all your subsequent activities are different too. So prayer is the only thing that matters. That's why geographics don't work. You know, you could take, and I tell a lot of the people that I work with, I could give you $10,000 in a new apartment in Vegas or Phoenix or someplace. Car, job, lining up with a job. Within a new start, a fresh start. And within 3 months, probably the car will be gone, the job will certainly be gone. You'll be alone in that apartment, smoking meth or fentanyl or whatever you're doing, drinking, getting ready to be thrown out in the street again. Why is that? It's because we are who we are, and we don't know how to do anything different until we learn how to do something different, and until we change. Truly change, not change like I'm not going to drink anymore, I'm not going to do that. We've tried that a million times. There has to be a fundamental change in us that comes from a power outside ourselves, and that is where prayer comes in. That's where we're dependent on prayer. If you notice, our morning meditation that we lay out at Maple Street, most of the direction, starting from the very beginning, the first paragraph we read says, when we awaken, we think about the 24 hours ahead, but before we begin, we ask God to direct our thinking, ask it to be on a higher plane. Prayer. And it says, we conclude the period of meditation with a prayer that we be shown all through the day what our next step is to be. More prayer. And then as we go through the day, we pause when agitated or doubtful and ask for the right thought or action. More prayer. Prayer is what does change things. And until we change, our life's not going to change. We'll continue to do what we always do. We'll continue to be who we always are, react to any situation the way we react to it, the way we've always reacted to it. You walk into your job in the morning, if you have a smile on your face and you're happy to be there, you're grateful to have a job. It's another good day, and everything's okay, and you're settled in your mind and your heart that you're right where you're supposed to be, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you say, good morning. How you doing this morning? Good to see you. Did you have a good night? And you're friendly, and but it's real, it's genuine, you're comfortable. It comes from you being happy and grateful because you did a morning meditation and you're suited up. That's what they taught us to do, suit up and show up. And you show up and you bring yourself, you bring something positive into the scene where you go. Or you don't do any of that. You crawl out of bed, your head's loud, it's racing, and you get your coffee or whatever you're gonna do. And I'm talking now about your drive. We're not talking about getting high or drunk. We're talking about just living. And the state of mind or the state of being that you have determines everything else. So now you go into work and you're grumpy and you're grouchy, you're worried about this and you're worried about that. And where's my girlfriend? What's she doing this morning? I got to come up with this money. I don't even see how. Your head's just been, you're aloof, grumpy with people, surly. People stay away from you. They're not that glad you're there, really. So the reaction we get from the world, the reaction we get from the universe is what we put out there. What we put out comes back to us. That's why if there's no qualitative change in your soul, you're just chasing your tail and nothing changes. And we don't understand that, of course, before we get to a place where we're truly willing to look at a spiritual answer. We don't understand that. We don't know why we're so unhappy. We don't know why we don't have good relationships with people. We don't know why life is so hard. Okay, and it just gets harder and harder until we learn how to change that. And prayer is the key to changing that. We have to become different on the inside to have a different life on the outside.